Oh, good evening, folks. We are live.
I'm not Mariah.
You are not. The resemblance is pretty striking, but
yeah, it is.
You
Wow.
cannot fool
I hope Mariah's not listening.
That could be disturbing.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like your makeup, bro. I mean, you really put it on tonight.
Fake beard and all that.
I know. You went
to
lots of trouble this afternoon to prepare for this.
Mm-hmm.
New glasses too.
Yeah.
New glasses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was long overdue for these. It'd been like 8 years since my last eye exam, and slowly I was unable to see things. Like Jenna likes to scroll through different meme sites and stuff, and she shares the funny ones with me. And lately, she shows me one, and I'm just like, "What's that say?" And I have to she has to pinch to zoom in until the text is like the size of the phone.
Yeah.
I should probably go get an eye exam. And yeah, now I need progressive. These are progressive lenses. It used to just be basic reading glasses, and now it's like old man glasses.
Oh,
nice.
gosh. But you've had glasses for a long time, yeah?
Yeah, since my 20s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I was in my 30s before I really started needing them. I was the last one in like my immediate family to ever need them.
Mm.
And then it's been kind of the slow decline from there. So I'm kind of.
What made you go get them? Like prompt you to go get the eye exam?
It was computer work, Stephen. It finally just got ridiculous.
Exactly what happened to me. I started to get the worst headaches from just staring at a screen for a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see. I'd be at my desk and I'd be like, what is that? Right? Like I'm looking at like a spreadsheet of like information and I'm like trying to make it out. And then I'm like, this is stupid. Like I'm going to make a dumb mistake. And
right.
So finally I was like, that's it. Like it's time to call it quits and just admit that my eyes have started to fail me.
Mm-hmm. It's
Now,
only going to get worse.
I know.
I was a young teenager for me.
You were a teenager?
I was doing construction. And the boss thought something was weird because what I thought was straight wasn't straight at all. So.
Oh no, were you making like crooked buildings and stuff, vibes?
At the time, we were doing shingles, roofing at the time.
Oh no!
And the shingles kind of did that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a new wavy architecture style.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, I couldn't see it. It looked perfect straight to me. So, anyways, he said, "Hey, after we get an exam." Oh, so we went in. Sure enough, yeah, my eyes were horrible. So, and it's been declining ever since.
Yep. Well, I got these progressives just in time to turn 40.
Yeah. I haven't got there yet. There's like a little transition in the bottom. It's not a full progressive, but it's got like a little section. I forget exactly what they call it.
I don't know.
But that was a few years ago where they added that. So I think I still was in my 30s at that point. So I'm sure it's only continued. So I'm about due. So I'll go in and find out where I'm at. It's getting a little fuzzy though, so I know it's time.
But isn't fuzzy a good thing?
No, we got to clearly high resolution watch our bodies break down as we age.
Yeah.
It's the rule of life.
It will get your attention, that's for sure.
For those coming in, welcome. Also, those watching replay. I know I'm kind of late saying it, but I appreciate y'all coming in and watching the replay every single week. There's at least 3 of you that do this and actually comment. I appreciate that. But
who are they? Because I'm bad about that too. Not appreciating the replay crew, because I have the same people like Robert Reed. He always comments. He's always part of the replay crew. Deb's Aquapets, because she's 6 hours ahead of us. Always on the replay crew. Always comments. And a few others, but those are the two that like really stand out as like constantly every stream.
Right. For me, the main one is Mike, New Local Austin.
Oh yeah, he's probably sleeping.
Yeah, no, at this he's working probably.
Oh yeah.
He works night shifts, Thursday through Saturday.
Okay, yeah. So he's probably just started. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Occasionally, it depends on what he's doing at work. He might drop in on a live stream, but very seldom.
Yeah. I should have a job like that, because my peak thinking is at night. But then again, like, do I want to devote my peak thinking to a job?
No, of course
That's
not.
a very good question. I would say no.
Yeah, I mean, like, I want to devote my 100% capacity brain power to like passion projects, and maybe work gets like the 25 to 50% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I have been very lucky to have a career that's been, over 20 years at this point. I've had a lot of great opportunities. I consider my current opportunity to be great, and I do put in everything I can when I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be clear that I work.
But it doesn't define who you are, right?
No, I work to live, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's hobbies and activities and doing things like this with, friends like you guys. That's the stuff that really kind of charges me up. The work is there. It's got exciting parts to it for sure, and I learn a lot. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So yeah, like when people ask me the "what do you do" question, like management, but that's not really me. That's the paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who are wondering, Mariah got called into work, so she will not be with us tonight. But you know what, y'all? I got a surprise for everyone. Stephen P stepped up, and Shelby stepped up.
Hey, there she is.
Shelby's here.
Howdy.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Long time no see.
Yeah.
So we got two people who were at the CARES convention this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how was that? Like, just if you I guess comparison, it was being compared to Triple Crown. Was it really like kind of like that, or not really?
Shelby says no.
No. Triple Crown was much better. I think there was just a bigger turnout for Triple Crown compared to this one. Mm-hmm. From what I've heard from when we talked about it on our live stream, people did comment down below that the reason there wasn't a big turnout is even people in Texas didn't even know it was happening. So it's just, just advertisement, being able to get it out there. I tell Grant that we need to get better on that and like let people know where we're going, and it might help out just a little bit. Not much, but like 1,000 followers might get 3 people over there, where there wasn't that many locals. That was an issue for sure.
It's definitely a group effort to market something like that. I feel like Triple Crown was probably hyped for at least a year before it actually happened.
Right.
I feel like I knew about it for a long time.
And the clubs had, I imagine, a really large reach.
You would think so, especially some of them.
They do, but do they use it?
Oh, that's a fair.
Probably
comment.
not. Yeah. Hey, we got a super chat
from Fat
Kelly.
Oh,
stealing the credit card.
He's getting really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably has number memorized at this point.
Mm-hmm. Written on his paw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for those, my original plan for tonight was a birthday stream, but I think Steven's kind of pushing for us to do a rerun of the convention. So I guess we can kind of
or just anything. I mean, like, how much can we talk about birthdays? Like, yay, cake, pie,
yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
But it does merit saying that the 3 of you are all June birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the weirdo of the crowd that is a October birthday.
Well, October was when we were conceived, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
I think.
So it's close enough.
Yeah. So it's a popular month for various reasons.
Right. No, the convention, it was was expecting it bigger than it was. I was kind of disappointed, but you know what? It was what's going because of course Shelby was there. That was a highlight. Whatever. No, to meet other YouTubers, especially those I haven't met before.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason I go to any of these things is to hang out with y'all. Like whoever in the community is going to be there, and then if there's some cool stuff to buy from the vendors, that's a plus. But yeah, if I didn't know anybody, that kind of applies to anywhere I go ever. If I don't know anyone who's going to be there, count me out.
Right.
I mean, it definitely adds a whole different. Right, there's a whole different element when you're going to meet people that you know and connect with and can see in person. Yeah, absolutely. I think the events are great, right? I mean, some of the speakers do a really good job. I think we've got one here on panel with us tonight that's coming to the Clash this year and speaking.
Yeah.
Excited for that.
And our job is to sit in the audience and heckle her the entire time, or like make faces, just silently heckle her.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Perfect.
Like make approving nods, and then if she says something, we just like confused, like, huh? Make full eye contact the whole time.
And do that. It'd be so funny. I'd be like, wait, what did I just say?
Just make you overthink every detail of your presentation.
We'll just randomly stand and clap.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
A new slide pops up. We'll just.
Right.
We just got to make sure Alishon doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah, that is the main goal, honestly. Like, that is on the to-do list for the talk. Might add it to the slide at the beginning and just be like, make sure I don't let Alishon fall asleep.
Yeah. It's so cozy in there, and then the lights are off. Man, it's hard.
Yeah, it really depends on how interesting the talk is, though. I've gotten when we first started going to the clubs, there was some talks that were good, some talks I've seen before, and then one person talked so slow. They turned the lights off. I had been working 40 plus hours that week, and it's like my only day off, and I'm at the club. I couldn't stay awake. I just straight face planted onto the table and fell asleep. Like, I'm lucky I wasn't snoring like I do now.
Oh, the slow talking. You're looking for the remote to put him on 2x.
Yeah. 3, maybe 4. It was that bad. It's not like, sometimes I can handle someone pausing or, lost train of thought, but he was literally just like every word was slow.
Oh gosh.
It's too much.
Was it good information? Well, no, you fell asleep, but like, did it seem like it could have been good information?
A lot of people listen to it for sure. I just can't. I don't have the attention span to listen to something like that. That's the only problem. It could have been the best information in the world, and I just want to be able to pay attention. So,
well, it's kind of a rare thing for someone to be smart and also really good at communication. So, like, if you're able to combine those two things, you kind of get a leg up. But yeah, like some of the most intelligent and informative presentations are usually really, really dry.
Yeah, which I like some of those, but if you talk way too slow, I can't do it. It's fine to have no personality, no jokes or anything during your talk as long as it's informative. That's fine. But if it's not informative enough, you got to throw in some jokes. Keep it interesting at least.
Right.
In other words, she's saying that Vibes would be a horrible speaker. That's what she's saying.
I think you are dynamic enough, Vibes, that I think we would stay awake.
I was gonna say, I think the energy is the big thing, right? If someone brings energy to what they're saying, it sucks you in. But if they're like monotone, like reading from a book, one word at a time, forget it. I don't care what the topic is.
All right, guys. I guess
chat from
we
Emily.
will do a giveaway now. Hopefully you can understand me okay. Is that good enough monotone?
Going to sleep already.
Nope,
Yeah,
terrible.
That was rough.
I tried. That's not my normal. Anyhow. Thanks, Emily. And hey, that was my number one highlight of the event. Was to meet him in person.
Oh yeah.
Emily. Kids convention was disappointed overall. Speakers were okay. AKA show was fantastic, but the people were amazing. I had 3 new friends to my previous 5. Overall, a win. Nice. Thanks, Super Chat, Emily.
How many people do you think were there overall?
Oh man, it was definitely better than AGA that we went to in Chicago that one year. That was dead as a doornail. I would say there was at least. Oh man, that's a hard one. I think there might have been 150, maybe 200. You know, in and out might have come in and kind of left, and it stay around. The auction room was pretty full, so I don't know how many chairs were in there, but it was definitely at least 100.
Right.
Which is good because they're all people that care about the hobby, but just made for a really slow show where like the Keystone Clash was like, there was like 100 just YouTubers, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I think the Keystone Clash is usually including vendors like 500 or 600 people.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for people to stay around at the Clash because there's always a speaker and there's always something going on. And then like there's the award ceremony and the raffle drawing on Saturday, the auction on Sunday, that kind of stuff.
See, that's the thing. This event had everything going on. Like there was always something going on. The talks, there was like the kids' room. They had a kids aquascaping contest. They had it was like a decorating contest. It wasn't too like aquascaping. There wasn't enough aquascaping supplies for these giant 20-gallon tanks that they got. They were nice.
The judge? I want to see his notes.
No,
on those kids.
They didn't ask us to judge. That was the funniest thing. Like I was filming it, and one of the Mo Devlin, who does photography and stuff, he came in and was like, "Oh, are you guys judging?" I was like, "No, they didn't even ask." But like, our kids are in the contest now, so like, we're not going to judge. But yeah, there was always something going on. It would have been a good show. There just wasn't a good turnout. Like, the auction was really good. I didn't get to stay for the Babes auction, but if you've ever been to a Babes auction, they're pretty good. They keep
very
going.
wild.
Yeah. Like the ACA's always got some good auctions, good people, good vibes. I feel like the Killifish Association did put out word. I saw plenty of it, but like there's not that many killifish breeders, I would say.
Well, you have to get the killifish people to leave their basement first, and that's a difficult task.
Right. That's hard.
That is true. And then like the live bearers actually are the saddest thing to me. Like live bearers, I don't know if it's the association or what's going on with it, but there's not that many people involved in the live bearers contest to anything. Like I know some of the people that run it, but I don't see like posts from them like I do the Killies. And like I love live bearers. Like I have Goodeids, I have guppies, I have everything that I watch them too. It's just not as advertised. So something's a little wonky with that.
I went to the ALA auction at the Triple Crown. The one thing I noticed, like, and this was, as far as my live bearer knowledge, it was Guppy, Molly, Platy, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they didn't have really any of those. They had like wild type Mollies, Platies, a lot of Goodeids, Limias, no guppies, like 0 guppies.
Yes, it's so strange, isn't it?
Like I think they frown upon guppies.
Guppies in general, which is funny because there's guppies in the show. I got some really pretty videos only of like a couple guppies. It's just strange to me. I think the problem is that so many people mix their guppies that it just become guppies, and no one like actually breeds them true or tries to like strain keep them in one strain. So it's not as relevant, and I think guppies are just sold everywhere. So people that do guppies are usually beginners. So when you get like hobbyists and they're in there and doing like specialty breeding, they're breeding the rare Killies, they're breeding the rare betas that come in and things like that. But I don't know what's with guppies. I love them so much. I mean, John Oliver has like some of the nicest guppies that come in, but I don't see people bring them to shows or breeding them out. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I can't argue with that because I could get a nice strain of guppies and I might put them in a separate tank for a little while just to let them breed out a little bit. But the ultimate goal is they're going in the mosh pit like that. There's no question about that. they're going to be mutts.
I guess I also wonder if there is more people going to like specialty guppy clubs and events.
I don't know.
Does that
I don't see
exist?
that much.
Here we do. So we've got a, I guess it's like the South Jersey Guppy Group or something like that. And it's they do events. They obviously allow other types of fish to be in like auctions and stuff like that, but they're specifically a guppy group. I don't know outside of this general area if there's a lot of them, but it just makes me wonder if maybe that's where people are going.
I know we had one year was the ALA was hosted at Coach's house, which is in Florida. Really nice ranch style house, and they had the guppy show there. And was guppy any live bear, so they had the endlers, the guppies, and there was some swordtails. People didn't really send in much, but there was some. No, he said. Grant said no.
Just saying no.
That's the
Yes.
Florida guppy contest. That's what it is. Okay. I knew something might have been wrong. That's why I stopped. I go to too many shows, but yeah, we had that. But there was endlers there too. There's a whole video on our channel.
He said there's a guppy specific club in New England also, very snobby.
Oh,
They need to calm down because it's just
Right?
guppies.
they're just guppies. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it is a just general consensus that they're just guppies.
They're fun though. Like
What
I
is
feel like
guppy?
a guppy group would be fun-loving people, but not snobs that are guppy purists. And
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have the guppies, and there's a guppy couple that breed, and they bring like 40 pairs of guppies to our club like a month, and it's just crazy. And they're nice, don't get me wrong, but like 40 cups, and there's only maybe 100 people in the club. Like each one of us needs to buy. Like sometimes it gets overwhelming.
That's a lot of guppies.
yeah,
All right, folks. Time for let's go to the participant list first. Just participants. Then we'll do a giveaway. How about that?
Cool.
yeah. I think people don't know what the giveaway is for.
Yeah. Participant list. There's 32 in here tonight.
Sweet.
Wayway, Carl Wex, Linda Worth, Cheryl Smith, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums, Mr. Snow Guardian, Fish Frenzy Addiction, Jordy P, Dennis Christensen, KGE Aquatics, Biggie Bish Fish, Monkey Fish Cow, DD's Findin, Jeff Kane, Martin, Night Owl Aquatics, Fishtime Link, Zen Ginger, Scotty the Fish Freak, Scuba Steve, Kelly Foreman, Jenny P, Barbara Jackson, Keystone Clash, Alshon, Skull Aquatics, Flatbed Aquatics, Foxy Fishies, Sharkfin Adventure, The Garden Eater, Ben Sharp, Jesse, and Quantum Half Moon. Welcome in, folks. Wow.
Welcome.
Now I'm out of breath. Okay.
So yeah, people have
That's,
hashed the tag, but I think only we know what the giveaway was for.
I heard it was an all expenses paid weekend trip to Austin, Texas to hang out with the one and only Vibes Aquatics. But
Well, then can I enter?
sure.
Well, in that case, I think people that have entered are trying to remove the entry. In that case.
Well, that's
Nope.
not allowed. I mean,
Nope.
they're in now.
Can't transfer it either.
Nope.
No, stop. The first giveaway, y'all. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a full screen. How about that? Sorry, folks. There we go.
Oh, we didn't see this. Okay.
No, wait a second. Now none of
Yeah.
us know what's going on here.
I know this is a surprise for everyone. This is a snow catcher. You can roll it along the glass and catch all the snails, right? There's a little hopper at the bottom. Anyways, that's one. This is all one giveaway, by the way. Aqua Zen hat, no cap.
So
By the
who are
same
they?
company?
What do they do?
It's by
Oh, they make the snail
JBJ.
catcher. What, really? Oh, okay.
JBJ is the same people,
So that's their brand.
right?
It's
Their
It's the
brand.
freshwater version of JBJ.
Wait, do more
Yeah,
than one
yep.
company make that same thing?
Yeah.
What the
I don't
Or
know.
sell it, rather?
snail dustbuster?
Yeah.
And a Seacom 40 t-shirt, size large. Okay.
Wow.
And
Wear that as a
there's only
bracelet.
one of 4 out there. This is one out there. See, I think Broughton already has one, but there's only like 3 others out there like this. It is customized to Vibes Aquatics, handmade locally.
And it's a bracelet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if this is too big, my apologies. But it does fit my wrist. So for those who wondering, yeah.
And who made it, Vibes? You said it was custom made to your
custom made
colors.
to my channel. The first Saturday of the month, we have like a local craft sale venue here locally downtown. Anyways, and I'm always looking for young teenagers starting out, and whenever I can find that, I try to get some of my merch through them. Sponsoring the next generation into the. And while I'm at it, I of course, being Vibes talks about fish, so hopefully, might cross over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so it's a vendor at the local arts and crafts fair.
Yeah, I think she's like 13, I think, probably. Anyways, she's awesome. Anyways, so you got the hat, the sequin t-shirt, the still catcher, and the bracelet. So,
and sweet. For the record, Zen recommends that they rebrand that the Snail Snatcher.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
So
I have one of those.
There are a few rules that will take place, y'all. You got to be in the U.S. You got to be here to win. And you got to respond with your address like today or tomorrow. Because otherwise, there's been too many times in the past someone would win and they wouldn't respond for a month later.
That's why you got to keep a database. If you want an address, I probably have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So Steven has all my answers. Good. So the reason I said today or tomorrow, that way I can get it out Saturday, because Saturday is my day off. Otherwise, it'll be a whole other week later. So, but I figured if you're here, come on, send an email right away. But,
yeah.
No,
present
and there's going to only be like I'll give you grace period, a minute after you win for you to respond.
And
otherwise,
you must wear a size large T-shirt.
Yes, otherwise. Okay. I'll give you all another 2 minutes, and then I'll bring it up on panel. We'll spin it. So
and definitely don't put your address in the chat. I saw Jenna ask that question.
Don't put ours, please. Anyone else, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
So, what was I hearing about the convention having RO water at the hotel? Like, was the tap RO?
So they had a water softener, I believe, that was for the whole hotel. I don't know if you've ever been to a hotel and you take a shower and you feel real slimy. That usually has they usually have a water softener, and it's gross. So I think that's what they figured out in the show, and that the fish weren't doing so well because there was like no minerals in the water whatsoever,
and a lot of sodium.
That's what we've overheard. So a lot of Achilles fish, like my favorite pair that I probably would have begged Grant to spend like $100 on, ended up passing away. There was a lot that I couldn't take video of. So the video that I will be putting out is just kind of like a highlight of what I could get. And like some of them the night before, but I didn't have my light. So it wasn't until the next day when they already had some issues. This happens at some of the shows, but I don't know whose step it was to test the water. Cause like, I know when we do our shrimp contest, we have to test the water. You have to know, like Neo's, it's not so important, but like the Caridina, we have to know in order to make the water right.
Yeah. I mean, shrimp people understand water chemistry.
Yeah.
Fish are so freaking adaptable that it's like, odds are if you bring your dechlorinator, you're going to be fine. But there's these weird edge cases like that.
Mm-hmm. The bettas were all fine. There was like no issues with them. It was the Achilles that kind of took a hit.
Interesting.
And then the room was a little too cold, and I guess the Cichlid Association forgot heaters. So
that is a problem. Like I think that in general at fish shows is a problem. It's just that the equipment for things
and
like
not and then like not to knock them, which they should be prepared, but like who could afford to go out and buy like 30 heaters if someone forgot them? You know, like no one's really realistically set up to go buy 30 plus heaters. So and usually when we're at these conventions, the hotel is notified and they're supposed to heat the rooms. Like this is summertime Texas. You would think it wouldn't be that cold, but for some reason the whole hotel was set to like 65 degrees. Even our hotel
room, perfect.
Yeah, like everyone was like, it's great for everybody, but the fish were the ones that suffered everywhere. Like they had to heat the vendor room, and then we ended up like boiling in the corner because it just got so warm. But the betta fish needed it a little bit warm because it was down in the 60s.
Yeah, and then the alternative is like, how many heaters can you provide? And then theoretically, you'd probably want to have enough heaters for everyone who enters a fish, just in case.
Yeah,
I would prefer that, honestly, because that's just kind of how I am. Even in my fish room, I'm not a heat the room person. I will pay the additional electric bill to have heaters in the tanks that need them, because I'm not gonna go in my fish room and be miserable. I'm a large person, and heat does not mesh well with me. So that's just how I am.
Yeah, I mean, same for me, just because I have tanks in different rooms of the house. And
that
so
too.
It's like, that's the only choice.
Heat the house.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to make the house 80 degrees all year.
Right. One week to send that email report. 1 week? That is too generous, Dee. Because Vibes is only off on Saturday, so I think they've got 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or you give that thing away on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
mean,
and everyone see the whale.
Yep. Realistically, if you win tonight and you can't get an email out by this time tomorrow.
Hey, come on, you know?
Yep.
# birthday.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. There's 19 entries, y'all.
Okay. Now, can the winner of this giveaway be eligible to win any future giveaways on this stream tonight?
No. Nope. All right. Since we got a short night, let's get this ball rolling, y'all. Good luck, everyone.
Dennis Christensen. Foxy's Fishes.
And just to be clear, it's Wheel of You Lose.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have said that.
Exactly.
Sorry, y'all.
Scotty the Fish Freak. Meta Aquatics.
Sorry, Meta Aquatics.
Just one more fish.
Sorry, Jesse.
CR Fish.
Sorry,
Cheryl
Cheryl.
Smith. Barbara Jackson.
Sorry, Barbara.
Skull Aquatics.
Sorry, Skull.
Alicia S.
Sorry, Aljon.
Are you?
Hey,
Frenzy Addiction.
that one guy named Steven kind of taught me how to say it properly.
Well, I stopped apologizing.
Zen Ginger.
After a while, people continue to enter and lose. It's like at some point, it's at their own risk.
Right. True.
You reap what you sow.
Yep.
Linda word. Crowntail hat moon.
You got Emily, you got Sharkfin, Jody, and Annette.
Mystery
Just
snail
thinking
guardian.
about Annette winning the snail catcher. Like, why?
That'd be interesting.
I feel like she'd have like a burning ceremony, Steven.
Sheepish fish.
Oh my god, it was on the line, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Shark fin.
Shark fin adventures.
Emily made the
Congrats.
fatal mistake by acknowledging her chances of winning. You can't do that.
Yeah. And the time it is counting, y'all. So I said 1 minute. And if Sharkfin doesn't respond in 1 minute, Emily's the winner.
All right.
And I wanted to go back and address Barbara Jackson had a question related back to the heating of tanks at a show. She said she wondered if the heat tape things they have for reptiles would work for small tanks.
The heat tape.
Yeah, or like I think it's like heat pads, right? That they have
The
like
heat pads,
yeah.
Oh, like they
it's
put underneath.
extremely dangerous. It can
Yeah.
crack a tank if there's like a
Oh.
fluctuation of any. Like, say you do a water change
Yep.
and it's like really cold water, and you got that heat pad, it can crack and shatter the entire tank. Also,
Oh.
can start a fire if it drips down.
Sure.
Because you're relying on the glass to conduct the heat to the
Yeah.
water. Yeah. that-
Yeah.
You're not allowed to get any water. Like, I almost had an issue one time pouring just water into my tank, leopard gecko's tank, and it was underneath it. I was so scared because the tank's real warm right there.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be
Is it-
careful.
Does it start to sizzle like that kind of hot? No, right?
No. But it can definitely crack the tank real quick because that temperature difference is where you could have
Yep.
it. Good thing it was like lukewarm water I was putting in there. But like most people, when they do a water change, your water is like at 70 out of the tap most of the time. It's not that warm. So
Oh, I wish. Vibes, what's the temperature of your water right now? Doing a water change.
86, 87 degrees.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's about where I'm at.
real warm.
Yeah.
So, should I give it to Sharkfin? They're definitely over the 1 minute mark when they responded.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you account for lag.
Right. What do you think, TJ?
I would. Tie goes to the runner. Give it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sharkfin, you won yourself.
Barely. You barely won, Sharkfin.
Yeah. Another 10 seconds, you would have missed it.
Or had I changed my answer, that would have been it. Vibes would have
Right.
been a hard no. So
You got an Aqua Zen hat, the Aqua Zen snow catcher. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but it's a Seacon t-shirt, Seacon 40, one of the new designs. And then a Vibes bracelet, one of 5 out there. So yeah, special one.
super.
And I ain't
cool.
planning to make any more either. So
And if by chance there are other giveaways through tonight's
Mhm.
stream, Sharkfin is not eligible for that. It's once and you're done.
Yep.
Just making sure the rules are very clear
Yeah.
to everybody, so we don't
And
have
the
any
next,
challenge.
and there is that one rule: you do have to send your address within 24 hours.
Yep.
Otherwise, this giveaway, I might do it maybe Saturday night. Someone else. So
I think I've got Sharkfin's address. I can post it publicly
Okay.
as punishment.
it's all night.
Sharkfin, you won that whole package of stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Awesome. There was a question that Annette asked a while back. that clip.
Oh, about the Aquashella?
Yeah, Aquashella question.
So I do not think they're rebranding for that. The Koi show just happens to be in Dallas, and I think they reached out to them to have like a cool show because we have the shrimp, the guppy. I think they were just trying to incorporate more shows. The Koi show is just amazing, and George loves koi fish. If you watch some of his earlier videos, that's kind of where he got started. Was I believe building like a koi pond in his house, his parents' house. So. Right. It's a pretty cool video, and I think that he loves koi. He went over to Japan and like picked out koi. Like there's a whole video on that, so that's pretty cool. I just think it's close to and dear to his heart, so that's why he wanted it.
That's cool though, branching out into something new, right?
So is that like it's a separate show, like a separate event on a different date that's happening, or?
No, it was during Aquashella. I wish I would have been able to film it, but I was not like. We didn't have Tim there, like, so that's usually when I can get away from the booth is when Tim's helping us.
Dang it, Tim.
But and like I didn't even get like film of my aquascape. Like they all look really terrible. I didn't even take time. It was just gets really busy, but it was some of like the coolest things. So you know the big blue stock ponds that you see everywhere? They had like 20 plus of these. And then in between was all this PVC draping, and then it had like a koi show banner, and the PVC draping was the airline tubing, and then they just dropped an airline down and a sponge filter. So each one was all like that. And then you saw these people coming in. I mean, these people shipped in their koi fish in a box, and I mean, it's the size of the koi fish. It like the identical size. So it wasn't sloshing around or going anywhere. It was so weird to see. Like I had no idea they did this with koi, and I mean,
I didn't think you could. Like,
right? They're heavy. I don't even know how they carried because I know personally myself when I pick up my koi that aren't even close to being this massive. Like they're still babies. They're heavy. I can barely like my nets almost break with them. Like, you know, those wooden poles, they kind of like snap almost with how heavy koi are. So it was something else to see. The fish eggs were pretty gross because they laid eggs and it like can stink. It's foul. So, and then people were selling it or giving it away. They're like, do you want koi eggs? Here you go. So
what are the odds of them hatching? Well, I guess you just get a couple of hatch.
You could definitely hatch them for sure. Like there's a pretty good chance that you could bring those home because most of the time they just float on a mop on the surface and you just separate it from the adults and you're pretty good. Like they have a high chance. Those aren't like sensitive eggs. They're so.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I just can't imagine shipping a big, like 1.5 foot fish or however big. Like I just assume when they ship koi, they're shipping like, you know, like little bitty koi.
Yeah.
Because like, how do you get enough oxygen to a fish that big?
Especially when they can't move,
bag
right?
in a box?
I have no idea how that was, and I don't know if it's just like transportation from like where they were, but one of the guys was from Oklahoma, and I know they put them in just like an igloo cooler, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like I know I've done that because we went to pick up koi one time from someone's house, and they had them in igloo coolers or gave us a couple in an igloo cooler. It's been a while since we've gotten koi because we have plenty for our pond, but yeah. Koi eggs and milk really stink. They do. It was pretty rough. There was a couple leaks during the show. They had to get mops and vacuums.
Yeah.
The fish like thrash around sometimes and get spooked. So they knocked out a bunch of water sometimes, but it was so cool to see. I didn't actually see all the koi. I only saw like 3 of them because it was like right behind where I was aquascaping.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, Tom, I'll be at the fish club on Saturday.
All right. Since TJ let out of the bag, there is another giveaway, y'all. Let's go ahead and do it. Right?
I was just clarifying, just in case you decided to pull another one out there, and
yeah.
No, let's be honest. We were totally in the dark about this first giveaway.
We didn't know anything about
the second one. We just assumed that was the one.
We thought that was the only one that was happening. That's exactly right. Our fearless leader kind of led us a little bit astray here. So
a Seacom Impulse 400 pump, and I think the hashtag should be Seacom since they kind of sponsored this giveaway. So
So
By the way,
400 gallons per hour. Nice.
Yeah. I did meet Sue over the weekend. She's awesome. Sue is ambassador. Or she, I don't know. I don't know where she falls at in the whole thing. But
Or CChem?
hold on.
No.
Yeah. Why did my brain also go blank? Yeah. She was running the booth at the kids convention this past weekend. But she went and gave me a whole box of stuff at Aquashella. Anyways, this is one of them.
Cool.
So
So
and the
did Tina
hashtag-
pocket mod Emily? Like, did she time her out or something?
With
Uh-oh.
her, it seems like with her hair, Stephen. when
Oh
she
yeah,
came out
she
of the
wet
shower.
modded her.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I
Tom
can't-
said our speaker at the club on Saturday is bringing some nice fish. She's talking about freshwater puffers.
Ooh.
So is Emily able to talk now or still blocked yet?
Oh, timed out for 1.8k seconds. Now someone convert that to minutes. That seems like a lot. 30 minutes. Oh no.
And,
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna enter for Emily.
Good.
Now I'm feeling bad. And by the way, this pump is brand new. I haven't even opened it even. So this thing's actually heavy. And then again, you gotta be in the US to win. And you gotta be here to win. And after the spin, the last man standing is 1 minute. And if you don't respond in the 1 minute, if it's 1 minute, 5 seconds, I'll let it slip. But any more than that, it goes to the next man standing on the wheel. So,
Them's the rules.
yep. And you do gotta send your address within 24 hours.
Zen said sometimes it's 18,000 seconds.
Yeah, you can time someone out for a full 24 hours.
Wow. Awesome, guys. You guys stepping up and filling in for the Emily. Appreciate it. Okay. And we'll do that here in another 2 minutes. We'll get that set up and we'll spin it. So.
Shelby, are you guys also going to be vending at the Clash this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that all situated. It's being hounded for days.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'll get on it finally.
Who is hounding you?
Yeah, Crip, Scotty. But
Okay. I mean, you can respond to Tim, but Scotty, he can wait.
Yeah, you can wait.
we're used to like show by show, so it takes us some time. And like they were just like, "Hey, you need to do this. You know, you're a speaker." And I was like, "Okay, you know, it's only right." And it just helps getting it all organized. I know what they're trying to do too, but I'm always last minute. Like I responded to you vibes on the live stream. I responded you into Messenger, and like 5 minutes before, I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should get up, go put my computer out there, get ready. And then I get up here and then my computer has to update. I'm like, of course it does.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Never fails.
I'm like sitting here like, great.
It's all good. It's all good. But my highlight, besides meeting Emily at the show, it was the food. If you don't know Vibes and Local Austin, they both like to try new food out they haven't tried before. So we did this. We did this a couple times throughout the whole weekend. We went to like a Japanese restaurant. They had like pork belly. They had some different rice. It was all weird, but it was really good.
Pork belly and rice is weird to you, huh?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's pretty lovely.
normal things there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Texas, y'all. We
Hey.
we eat
You
brisket.
didn't go to the dumpling place then. It literally had a whole refrigerator filled with ducks. Dead
What?
ducks.
Really?
just hanging there. Yeah, my kid goes, man, they got a lot of chicken here, and I was like, those are ducks. It's called the
Oh,
duck.
like with the head on and everything.
Yeah, like it's like no, it's like
Mm.
cut off, so they kind of look like dead ant eaters. They were weird looking. It was kind of gross and like grotesque, but I'm like, hey, it's fresh duck. If you like duck, I mean, this would probably be the best. But it was called
Yeah,
duck
it's-
dumpling. It
I
was
like
good. So if you go there, it was I get dumplings there. So but they were all making them by hand, like right in front of you. So it was really good. You should try it.
That's cool. No,
think it
that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think I would have been disappointed if a place called Duck Dumpling didn't have a refrigerator full of ducks.
Fair enough.
We also went to a
Ducks
Duck
on
Donuts
display.
that morning though.
Oh,
Ducks.
that's true.
But
Yeah, that's
They
fair.
had rubber ducks. They had it's actually in front of me. I just can't reach
like
it.
duck donuts. Is it like a savory donut?
So it's I don't know why it's called Duck Donuts. They were all like specialty donuts and made right there. Like they don't they're made fresh like a Krispy Kreme. And then like all their weird flavors. But they had like these rubber ducks. I'm gonna grab one. I grabbed one for Myra.
Nice.
We have
He says duck
some
to
of
say
those
liver.
up here as well. Duck Donuts around in
Oh,
this
okay.
general area.
Okay.
They're a chain, and it's like fancy donuts. Oh, look at that!
So cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
There were so many. It kind of looked like a snail to me. So I was like, and she liked
Mhm.
that one.
that's cool.
And-
Yeah, I like
no,
duck. The first time I had duck was it was wild duck at my dad's camp. Someone brought it as part of like this weird redneck potluck type thing, and I don't know what happened whoever cooked it like put too much liquid smoke in it, but it just tasted like an ashtray. So I was a kid, so for the longest time I thought, oh, I hate duck, but no, duck if cooked right is pretty delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I can eat a chicken, but a duck seems disgusting to me.
You can cook the duck like medium or medium rare too, I think.
You can. That's
That's
oftentimes how they'll cook it in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Giveaway time, y'all.
All right.
Alrighty. Last man standing. Now, why is the wheel goofing up now on my side? This is weird.
It looks okay to us. What do
Nope.
you see?
Okay. Because my side, it's acting weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
okay here.
All right.
Yeah, we see it.
Good
I mean,
luck.
maybe refresh it one more time. I think a few people
Okay.
have popped in.
All right. I'll do that. And this is for that Seacom pump, the 400. So. Alrighty, folks. Good luck.
The Garden of Eder.
Oh, shucks.
Garden of Eder.
Skull Aquatics. Heflin Creek Aquatics.
What?
Yep.
Evelyn's here. I
Yeah.
didn't really Evelyn showed up.
If there's one family that could use a pump like that, it's Grant and Shelby.
Right.
Dennis Christensen.
Specifically needed for my macroalgae outside. The pump got kicked out by our dogs while we were gone and burnt up.
Aw.
Oh no.
Your bottom Brandon.
And let's go back to that topic after we're done with the giveaway. I want to hear about the macro.
Uncle Smiley S. Aquariums.
Do what?
I said I want to go back to that topic after we're done with the giveaway. I want to hear about the macroalgae.
Same.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Especially
Yes.
at macroalgae outside.
Yeah.
Scotty the Fish Freak. Browntail Half Moon. Aqua Garden's Head. Stephen P. 2000.
Ah.
Oh, my apologies.
Frickin' wheel.
Jody P. Barbara Jackson. Starfish, Cheryl Smith. Alicia Nez. Gills to Gardens. The Zen Ginger. Lake Missoula Aquatics and PLA. Mystery Snail Guardians. Genepi 2005. Goro Works. Meta Aquatics. Big Steve's Glass Boxes.
I bet a duck sandwich with donut buns would be good.
Ooh. Huh.
Fish Capades.
Yeah, I think
Fish
that would
Frenzy,
be
Diction,
quite good.
Scuba Steve, Foxy.
Fish Frenzy Addiction. Foxy's Fishes.
Is that scuba?
It is.
Evo Snack Living.
Nice. What are you gonna pump, scuba?
Congrats.
Nice. Yeah, these pumps are awesome, y'all. I use them on a lot of my equipment, my DIY projects.
Would you use it just for water changes, or would you also use it potentially in a sump, or what?
I've used them in sumps. I actually got one right now on my outdoor molly pond, that 300-gallon water trough,
Mm-hmm.
and I used a DIY trash can filter.
Mm-hmm.
I got the 800. This is the 400. I got the 800.
Is that
on
a submersible? Is that a submersible pump or is it inline or what?
Both.
Okay, submersible, but can be inline.
Right. You can change
Nice.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's versatile. I have a bunch of the cheap submersible pumps, like in a cube made out of PVC pipes with a net around it, and so like a little guard in the ponds, just as kind of like a bubbler. And then I have one for the bog filter, and then I have another one that pumps the RO water out of the trash can.
Okay. Yeah.
Scuba Steve, I guess you're not here.
Scuba.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, wait, who was second place?
Foxy.
I'm here.
was-
He said he's here.
I wasn't keeping
Yep.
time.
I didn't either.
I was checking time. It was a minute and a half. Scuba. Sorry.
Mm,
Actually, I'll leave it up to my co-host tonight. To Stephen P., TJ, and Shelby.
I'm not gonna be a jerk, so
It was 30 seconds.
Definitely.
That's close enough to me.
yeah.
Okay.
Scuba's the one I wanted Grant to get matching tattoos with at the Clash. I was like, you guys should go get tattoos. And I thought it'd be cute, like a little scuba diver on a little shrimp. I thought that would have been a really cute matching tattoo idea for them.
Where at? Like
Oh.
right on the neck there.
No, probably like on the arm or something. Grant's trying to like, well, I don't know if he's doing his sleeve now at this point. He did 2 tattoos on each side, but I thought he was going to do his sleeve. So who knows?
Mm-hmm. So, Scuba, you heard it. That's one of Shelby's requirements.
I like that. I think they ought to do it in honor of Myra's birthday at the Clash.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
should.
That'd be fun.
Anyways, so yeah, Scuba, go ahead and send me your address. I probably have it somewhere, but I don't know where it's at.
I am curious, especially with like the hospitality room offering drinks. How many people, if there were just a mobile tattoo artist in the lobby, how many tattoos do you think would happen?
Hmm.
Quite a
at the
bit,
Clash.
probably. That would be funny. It would be like, I mean, that's like the adult version of face painting.
The terrible decision version of face painting.
Yeah.
Mhm. Forever. But that's what it is nowadays. Like, I don't know if you've seen like the style of tattoos. There's a name for it, but they just got like, it's just like random stuff all over their body. Like, you know, like just like they chose a squirrel today and it's on their shoulder, like a crab, or like they're cute, but it's just so strange.
Big Steve and Jody both said that they'd do it.
I probably would too. Just get it on the arm, you know, like shoulder, whatever. Is no big deal.
I
Yeah,
have
Scuba.
none, so I don't think I'd get one.
Send my email and put hashtag Seekum in the title, whatever, description, whatever, up top. That way I'll catch it. And
Steve.
like I said before, you got 24 hours to respond to the email.
Steve, that's a missed opportunity right there. He says he won't get matching tattoos with Jody.
Although I think if you've been drinking, you're not supposed to get a tattoo. I think it thins your blood and maybe it's a hazard or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some wiggle room there.
I was going to say, Steven, if that was the case, I would think that the entire tattoo industry would take a financial hit.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, back to the topic of the pump burning out.
Oh yeah, in your macroalgae.
Yeah, it was when we were gone for some reason. It's just, and then we tried picking it up and seeing if it was okay, but it almost like burnt Grant's hands when we got back. It was crazy. But hopefully we'll get a new one. But the macroalgae pond, we've always wanted to do corals outside. And I thought, what a better way. I did that tank for Global, and it was a bunch of macroalgae that we had gotten donated, and there was no way to get them back. Like the store was closed by the time we were breaking down the tank. So I was like, oh, I'll just take it home. I'll try to, do the best I can. So we had went out and bought one of the big Rubbermaid black tubs that we have all in our backyard already. I already have a bunch of saltwater, aragonite and crushed coral. Like, don't ask me, but we probably have like 40 bags of it, and we still do. So we just went and threw that out there. And we already have saltwater from when we used to work with Brightwell from like 6 years ago. We don't ever use saltwater, so it just sits there.
But you have like pre-mixed saltwater?
No. It's just the salt itself. So he did RO water and put the salt in it, and we started cycling it, and I put it in, which unfortunately with macroalgae, they do need like a cycle tank. Any fresh, apparently there's a process it goes through when you put it in a fresh tank and it's not a cycle tank, pretty much like dies off. But a lot of it was surviving until the pump decided to take a crap. I had a lot of it. The pump is just to move them because macroalgae need a lot of movement to do successful. And now that the pump's not in there, they're not doing so hot. But hopefully we can get that fixed and a new one in there.
So what kind of lighting? Is it just out in the open or what?
Yeah, just straight full sun. Well, we have the shade still over all our ponds because the sun is just too much in Florida, honestly, for anything.
Yeah, I was curious about that, like what the algae situation, like the other algae, the undesirable algae.
Yeah, macroalgae love light, so it's not an issue for them to have too much. And I mean, they're usually outside anyways, so it's anything. All plants do so much better outside, just like fish, shrimp, everything does better outside if you can keep the right temperature. Which there's a bunch of macroalgae in our area, and I had no idea. I even have a video. I wish I could find it. It's somewhere in the terabyte of information on one of my hard drives. But I had gone to do my collecting videos, and we had gone to one of the saltwater areas, and I kept finding this cool one, and it looked like little polyps all over I'm like, this isn't algae. This is so cool looking. It's like polyps. And Later found out that was a macroalgae. So it's really cool, and we have a bunch just literally like 5 minutes down the road.
I've seen amazing macroalgae gardens, and I'm very tempted to do one. I just don't quite have the motivation to break down a tank or like do the research and the overthinking that I would need to do before I actually set one up. But I feel like it's in my future.
Talk to someone that does saltwater, and they'll tell you like it's literally just for their sumps. Like when they see someone with a macroalgae tank, they're like, "What are you doing? Like that's not for you," because it just needs a bunch of nutrients. So it sucks up all the nutrients in their tanks. But the only problem is a lot of people think that they could do macroalgae in a saltwater refugiums, but you have to have a light for it because at nighttime it will like have issues. So you have to like know what you're doing. But they think it's like a pest kind of thing, but it helps clean the water. So it's like so weird. And that's where like, so what is it? Top Shelf Aquatics is what gave us all of the macroalgae for my tank, and they came out of their sump. Like it was just for their sump. It's not something they sell.
And people view plants like that too, because there's so many different kinds. Like someone with a bare bottom tank full of guppy grass is looking at somebody like me and like, why are you injecting CO2 to grow more plants? Like it's just it's a different goal.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about macroalgae. I've seen them, but do you have to fertilize them, or what's that like, Shelby?
So you do need they take up a lot of nutrients in the water. So, more fish, you don't really, there's certain species that you could probably just throw in a bowl and they'll grow. I don't know if you've ever seen the macro lady, but there's certain ones that don't need anything. And other ones that are real nutrient deprived. So like there's green ones that are like the caulerpas need to be planted. They need like a good substrate to root in. But most of the time you can grow most macroalgae, no problem. We had, oh gosh, I hate it. I think it's like the hair algae of macroalgae. I can't remember the name of it right now, but we had a bunch of it in the Opaula tank, which is a brackish water, which we weren't even keeping at full brackish, by the way, and we only recently figured that out. So they were almost like freshwater Opaulas that we've been breeding like crazy. And then the macroalgae was also really good in it. So Chaeto, there we go. I hate it. Is
it like stringy?
Yeah, it's literally like spaghetti, like very coarse, like a hairnet almost. I don't know. I hate it.
It has like if you've ever had the Spirogyra algae, it's like the filamentous, but it's thicker, coarser than regular hair algae.
Like fishing line.
Yeah.
Like fishing line that got all tangled up. And it's just like, why? Why do you want that? Then there's there's like a cotton candy macroalgae, which looks like Kleb. We call it Kleb in the tanks, where it's kind of just like a ball of like algae in the tanks that's like really lightly colored, and you just kind of like take it out. That stuff is I don't like that either, but people buy it. But the Dragon's Breath is really cool. That's like the reddish one you'll see. That's like the most popular. Some of them can have like orange on them. The Caulerpa is the green one that kind of looks like seagrass bed. That one was cool. It's been taking me, bristleworms, gross. Stop it.
Yeah, that's kind of a deterrent for me too. That makes me hesitant to do any saltwater. Any like freaky little things. Like I don't know why freshwater doesn't freak me out as much as saltwater, but like like you're swimming in the ocean and you kind of don't want your feet to touch the grass. That's kind of how I feel. Yeah, I don't swim in the ocean because I don't want my body to touch anything in the ocean because everything stings or bites. That's why in freshwater it's like my biggest fear with freshwater, it probably should be mycobacteria, but it's just if I'm not paying attention, maybe the puffers would nibble on my hand, which that's like the worst thing that could happen.
Get out of here, Grant! Don't ruin freshwater.
No, there's freshwater bristleworms.
No, that can't be true. Don't listen to that, Steven.
No.
No, thank you. But there was starfish in the macroalgae that I was doing, and it freaked me out because it was like moving, and like then there was like a coral that was also like real weird and moving, and I didn't know it was a coral because it like had closed up and it was like doing this, and I was like, ew, what is that? I thought it was a worm, so I threw it in the tank, and Brandy came over. She's all saltwater, that's all she does, and she's like, it's a cute coral, and I was like, oh, it is cute, but like first reaction was like, ew, get this out of here.
As soon as you knew it was a different type of organism, it became cute.
Yeah.
Oh, Amanos can get mean. Yeah.
Amanos suck. I don't know why people ask me for Amanos all the time. I'm like, get out of here. Like, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, a whole tank of Amanos by themselves, but people want to put Amanos with Neos, and I'm like, you're just pulling a bully in a tank. That's all you're doing. It's like putting a cichlid in with a Neo. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. I did not know that Amanos would pinch.
I mean, I can imagine a mono grabbing a Neo and just swimming away with it like they do entire algae wafers. Like,
right?
Someone should do that. Please make that a little sticker where it's just an Amano like gripping a Neo by the neck, like, give me my algae. That'd be so funny.
Wait, is that the matching tattoo for Grant and Scuba?
There you go. Yes.
That'd be funny. It'd be more like a cichlid and a shrimp. That'd be so funny.
There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
API water bottle.
You are full of surprises tonight there, sir.
Vibe Aquatics koozie, the green one.
I have 0 Vibes Aquatic koozies.
What, Steven? Why?
Because you haven't sent me one. I don't know how else I would acquire one.
I guess you have to win one.
Even I don't have a Vibes koozie.
The Seacom Nutri Diet kitchen tabs. I haven't used these. I don't even know. Anyways, so I guess whoever gets it, you have to try it out. Seacom towel, hand towel.
Cool.
Now this is the wetboxtropicals.com t-shirt.
The Wet Box Tropicals? Is that a store down your way?
Yeah.
The wet what now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The wet box.
All right. Family show, but
yeah.
Cool shirt.
So,
what size is it?
Oh, Shelby.
Medium or something.
It's a medium.
Oh, who wears that?
Easy, Steven. Easy.
Right. Yeah. So
Myra can grow into it.
I guess this will be the last giveaway tonight, y'all. Since
I wear a medium, Steven. Thank you very much.
You wear a medium?
I do.
Well, congratulations.
There you go,
I think you should just get the shirt.
No.
Oh, I love Dee Dee's comment. The bristle worms freaked me out, but it was fantastic to watch them burn from the sunlight. That was funny.
A little bit of sadism in the hobby, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then again, if one's coming in, just coming in, there are rules to this giveaway. You got to be here to win. You got to be in the U.S. And you got to respond within a minute of the last man standing on the wheel. And you got to respond with an email, your address within 24 hours. Did I get them all?
You did, except for the responding within a minute within about a 30-second interval, kind of either way.
Yeah, between 1 and 7 minutes.
Something like that. And
apparently it's up to us whether we let that go.
It's up to the panel.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I put Ducky, because we were talking about eating duck. So, now one of my highlight restaurants was the Mongolia barbecue or something, whatever that was.
Mongolian barbecue. That was
That's
awesome.
always good.
I've never been to a Mongolian barbecue. So
Same.
The kind
It was an
where
experience.
you mix your bowl and they cook it up for you.
Mm-hmm. and it was unlimited, so you could go up multiple times. I almost messed mine up the second time I went back. I really like our hot pot has a peppered bulgogi, and it's like my favorite thing to eat. I like pepper. I'm like obsessed with it. And I went back up, and one of the sauces was called peppered. So I go to like put like 2 scoops on and see it's like the spiciest sauce of all the sauces.
Of course it is. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh no! Like, so I panicked and put like all the soy sauce on. I was like, thankfully, I was good. But I wish we had one in our area. I think it would do really good, mainly because we would keep it in business.
We used to have a good bit of those around here. Maybe they just kind of fell out of fashion. I don't know.
I think it's because people don't think of it. Like, unless you were to like be introduced, I don't think I would have ever gone to Mongolian beef without someone telling me or introducing me to it. So if you don't have friends that like to experiment with food or try different things, you're really SOL.
Or like it'll be at a standard Chinese buffet, but like the Mongolian barbecue will be part of it, but that's not like the main thing that's advertised, and it ends up being my favorite thing.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky around here. We've got kind of everything. We're, basically an hour to New York City. We're an hour to Philadelphia. And the population density is so big and it's so diverse from people all over the world that you can usually find a restaurant somewhere kind of in the area that's got everything. But having lived in
a lot of great restaurants, just variety wise, we have a few things that Louisiana does really well.
Yeah, imagine like the Creole food and kind of all those local types of things that were part of the culture. Probably French food too, Stephen? Or
so I've been to one French restaurant. It's been years. Me and Jenna went to it, and I recall it being really good. But the straight up French is not as big here. It's usually there's a lot of Cajun fusion type places. Like we even have an Asian place that is Chinese food, but it kind of has that fusion to it. We used to have a really good Mexican Cajun fusion restaurant too. But yeah,
Mexican
a lot of things.
Cajun.
Yep. Hard to describe. Really good stuff. Like standard Mexican food dish names, but just
with
really
a
good.
Cajun.
I answered in French. Oui. No.
Just one more fish wants to know where I'm from. That's actually a very complicated question. Where do I live currently? Is in New Jersey, just north of Princeton.
And I think Ed's going to live here in a bit, y'all.
10:30 tonight.
Okay. So in 7 minutes, y'all.
No, 10:30.
Oh,
10:30.
An hour?
Yeah.
He bumped it.
Yep. I'll go back and verify, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw him put on his community page earlier today.
I wonder what's up.
Not entirely sure, but I will take a look. 10:30 tonight.
Okay. So who is live right now? I think Joe. If I say Joe might be live.
And Masai.
Okay.
And Primetime.
Yep.
Primetime. Actually, Primetime. I got to hang out with Jason over the weekend.
He's a nice guy.
Yes, I met him at the Clash. A couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Joanne, wonderful people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never had one bad experience with them.
You never had one bad experience with them?
Not one.
Yeah.
Aww.
I've seen them a lot, so like they're really great people. Always down to earth. It's nice when someone like has a following like them, because and they're like that. Because sometimes those people let it go to their heads and
yeah, they get too YouTubey.
Yeah, or like they love to say phrases like those washed up YouTubers, or those YouTubers that really only have like 1,000 followers, and I'm like, I can't stand when someone says something like that. Like you didn't start with 0 subscribers. Like,
Right.
did you buy
Right.
them? What happened? How did you get what you got? Like,
Yeah. Don't
So-
take it too seriously. It could all go away in overnight.
yeah.
Yep.
Like, you're supposed to be here to build relationships, not to think that you're better than everybody else. Because without them, you're nothing.
Yeah, we could all be washed up tomorrow. Like,
Oh,
I'm not gonna adapt to a new social media if it takes over. Like, I'm too old for that.
Right, same.
I'm barely keeping up with TikTok.
Oh God, yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
That's why I got on Facebook years ago, and it was really with the idea of just keeping up with like high school friends that I haven't seen in for forever and see like what their kids and their like pets are doing. And that's the only place I ever went. I didn't do the Instagram. I can't pay attention to too many social media types of things. I just don't have the time to pay attention to it.
That's too much.
Yep.
Hey, Mark. Recommend. Actually, Shelby, you missed out on the power outage
The power. What?
At the convention?
at the convention. And that was Sunday night.
Oh, wow.
It was right after the auction was over, and people were still paying yet, and the power went out, and it was out for a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
That's
it was
probably because of that flood. Did you see like the whole the ceiling was leaking and everything? So.
Yeah. And so it was kind of romantic, We were all hanging out in the dark.
Yeah.
Candlelight.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of cozy.
You
But
and
it was
Mike.
hot. Yeah, and of course, all the other people that were still hanging around yet.
So,
it was
hot
good.
and romantic, you say? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. And he's got a shirt that said what was it? Wet box. Vibes. What happened at this convention? What is the story behind the story?
I think the
happens in the
majority
dark
of it's
stays
going
in
to
the dark.
happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Steve.
exactly.
Fair enough.
Exactly. I think most of what's going to happen at the convention, I might say some of it. Maybe it's coming Saturday night. But anyways, let's do this giveaway. That way we don't have to hold Shelby up much longer. Because otherwise she will beat me up.
You're good.
Refresh. Hashtag Ducky.
Branton said, "Hang out with Vibes in the dark. Life goals."
I don't know about that, man. Hey, after hours. Okay. Anyways, back to the giveaway. I almost slipped. Vibes. Stay on topic. Refresh. Okay. Good luck, everyone.
Big Steve's glass boxes. Skull Aquatics. CR Fish, Cheryl Smith. Shark Fin Adventures. Aqua Gardens Ed. Fish Frenzy Addiction. Uncle Smiley S Aquariums. Master Aquatics Just Cal. Crowntail Half Moon. Gills to Gardens. Chesapeake Crustaceans. Coro Works. Lake Missoula Aquatics and PLA. Dennis Christensen. Nancy B. in Tennessee. Linda Word. Nigel Aquatics. $310 Aquatics.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Fathom Aquatics.
Hey, Fathom! How does he come in here?
He's been here for a while.
Yep.
My apologies, everyone.
AGE also Keith showed up.
There's a lot of people showing up.
Yep.
My,
You're a popular guy, Vibes. What can I say? I spend every
Well,
Thursday
well-
evening with you for a while, so I can't be bad.
no, it wasn't. They saw Stephen P. and Shelby show up, so they had to show up.
Jody P. Jenna P. 2005. Vinokski.
We got Pepland, Better Aquatics, and Bratton.
Meta Aquatics. Pepland Creek Aquatics. Bear Bottom Brandon.
Is this the first time he's won?
Oh my God, he won?
Yeah.
It's not the first time, but it's
No.
always a surprise.
Awesome, Bratton.
I don't
And,
believe it. I think you should try again.
You think?
And
Anytime.
AGZ Rick says his birthday's next week. Happy early birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to everyone, actually. To Stephen P., to Shelby,
Yeah.
to TJ as well.
Well, thanks.
A little early.
a little early.
Oh my God. Poor
You
Emily.
guys.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
30-minute timeout is just brutal.
That's crazy. It's weird you can't just take it away though.
I know. You can undo a ban, but you can't undo a timeout.
That is
YouTube
weird.
Jail is just not fun.
I'm gonna have to do the
Well-
elimination wheel so I get people in our chat doing the little flipping table or flipping the fish. It's interesting. It's so funny to see. Like it makes me so happy. It looks like Kirby just flipping a table.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I request them more in chat.
Yeah, it builds tension, incites
me happy.
rage, and
Mhm.
the real winners are
My
everyone
inner
on
self.
panel. that
Like
gets to
I could
witness
be
it.
full on happy, having a great day, and I still want to flip a table. There's just something
Really?
about it. Just like
Huh.
that little chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like a moment of violence, and then it's fine.
So somebody make Shelby happy because she was kind enough to join us tonight and flip a
Yeah.
darn table right now, please.
Wait, are we gonna have like a smash room at the Clash? Is that a thing?
I
Sounds
mean,
like
there
it
is
would
a
be popular.
storage facility at the hotel with a bunch of old stuff. I think last time I was in there, I saw a bunch of those metal frame tanks. I mean, what are
Sounds
we
like a
doing with
great,
them?
great time.
Yeah.
Smash room would be so much fun.
Hey, Scotty, do you hear this?
I'm requesting it.
Yep. And she's one of your speakers, so it seems rude not to just comply with what she's asking
Yep.
for. I mean,
Exactly.
don't all the stars have a list of their demands in their green room? I think we can do this for Shelby.
Great. Can't build a tower out of anything. Shelby be knocking it over. It is kind of true. I have like that strong urge. You know, it's really terrible as a mother too when they're like building their sandcastle for like 3 hours and you're just like, destruction, destroy it. That's
Is-
all I think about every time they're making it.
Is anybody else now staring at those racks behind Shelby?
Every day is a struggle, isn't it? To just push. Like, how much force would it take to push one of those over?
Oh, those ones a lot, but these 55s, I've already I've nudged them a little, and I'm like, I kind of want to do it. If it wasn't
It wobbles a little bit.
for
Like,
sure. Oh yeah, if you push hard, I know for sure. Like if I stand on it, which you gotta have a little bit of force, but you gotta make sure it's safe for the kids. So I've had to do it. But I'm saying if these were out in nature and I saw them, there's nothing stopping me from pushing them over.
That's just nature.
Yeah. Sounds dangerous. Scotty, we'll wear glasses. I mean,
that's important.
I never got my ice cream. Yeah, I'm not getting my smash room if Grant can't get ice cream.
Talk about ice cream. We had a Be Nice ice cream.
Oh, that was really good. Yeah, we went the night before, so we knew it was getting close to closing, and we were like, "This is a good option. Let's go. Let's get there." It was literally 5 minutes to closing. So,
if you ever out Grant and Shelby, ask them about ice cream. They're gonna take you to a place that is phenomenal every time.
Yeah, when they where did we go whenever y'all came in? It was another issue of finding one that wasn't closed.
Oh,
I think Marble Slab or Cold, something like that.
Those are closed down. I haven't even seen them lately.
Yeah,
it was good. Sometimes it's a struggle when we go somewhere. There's some places that just don't have homemade ice cream, so it happens.
Right. But not a lot of choices around here anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. We have good choices, but we go to certain areas and it's all just not to hate on it, but I really can't stand Hershey's ice cream. It's just so cheap. The cheap products, you can tell by the dairy, it makes me sick to eat it. Some homemade ice cream, it's the difference between if you buy the gallon of vanilla to the homemade Breyers, there's a huge quality difference. So it's the same with buying it from a store to a homemade ice cream to Hershey's ice cream. So we're ice cream snobs. But yes, Jenna, I might be a cat secretly. You never know.
And guys, Fathom sent me a picture to Facebook.
Oh.
Of an Amano holding a cherry shrimp.
No, he did it that fast.
Oh, yeah. AI art. There we go.
Well,
the wonders of AI.
Oh my gosh.
You got to get Nancy's in there. There we go. Yeah. Oh, Photoshop.
You got to turn them around. You got to turn them around where they're facing each other. He's looking him in the eyes because he's so little. You pick up a little thing.
Yep.
That is so great, though. That is a great sticker.
Yeah.
It's not AI.
Yeah, when I saw it, I realized it wasn't. I just assumed that it was going to be AI just because that would be
incredibly fast.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that was really good.
Because I'm not going to trust all my email trying to find your address. And also to the other winners as well. You got 24 hours to respond. I will try to look through all my spam and everything to try to find you. If not, I might message Steven because he has all the addresses.
Yep. I will provide any address, no questions asked.
Jenna P. Bratton, email him at least 3 times.
If someone comes stalking us, it's Stephen P's fault.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's why that lady came and stopped at our house one day. I don't know how she got her address. It still freaks me out. I honestly think they ordered something from us and then realized we lived in their area, used our address on the package, and then found us. Because
what did she want?
She wanted to come see the house. She's like, you guys live right here. She's 10 minutes from us. And she's
you're an attraction?
Yeah, Grant was outside. Mind you, this never happens, okay? Grant does not ever take his shirt off and go outside, especially out front, okay? He's out front with his shirt off because it just got soaking wet from cleaning sponge filters. I mean, he's elbows deep cleaning sponge filters, and this random lady pulls up and asks
y'all open?
the house. And he's just like, what? Like, who are you?
Can I see the children's rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy. Like, I'm never worried about someone breaking in. Like, I honestly, I've told Grant we should do a skit of this for like a short where he's like in a ski mask and he tries to break in and you just stand there because you're like, where am I supposed to go? Like, what is this? Like, first you get meat by my 160-pound dog, then the fat sister behind him, 80 pounds, and then you have 6 giant tanks that you can't even see, like my house. You just see the tanks and then the kitchen. So it's like they're gonna be like, where am I supposed to go? Like, it's gonna be hilarious.
Shelby, the best ending would be them like curled up in front of one of the aquariums, just watching it, like eating a snack.
I would go straight for wherever y'all are stashing the stratum.
Oh, good luck with that. That one's gonna be. You have to be a skilled warrior to find the substrate because we have them in the garage, and it's pretty much like a hoarder scene in there. It's like a fish store, but like an accumulating of stuff. So like it's just like near impossible to travel through it and find what you actually need. Like right now, I actually have a really bad stiff neck. It's been miserable because I lifted all our little tubs out back and I reorganized them so that we can, I know it's not that bad. I was being dramatic, Grant. But to get like airline down to them and like get them moving a little bit better because they've just kind of been out there. We dump them, we put new plants in them, or we move fish. So I moved them to the like final location, trying to get air to them, and we can't find like the 100 stainless steel valves that we have in the garage. So it is a little bit bad, Grant. If you
I can relate to that problem.
That sounds like a normal fish person.
It is.
Anyways, we're over about 15 minutes over the normal stopping time, so I think that's wrap us up, y'all. I do appreciate Stephen P. and Shelby taking out the busy week to join us on the live stream. Before we head out, y'all. Stephen P., what you got for us?
What? Oh, God! I have to say stuff.
You.
Hey, everybody, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. I hope y'all enjoyed your day off if you had a day off today. And yeah. Wait, what we got?
So fast.
Another
What
one?
we got here now, DJ?
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Now it kind of looks like it's eating a dead shrimp.
It definitely does, yes.
Like I have it pictured in my mind, but it's like really hard to understand. Clip that?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? Clip that?
Yeah.
The great thing I just said as a sign off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you.
How about you, Shelby? What you got for us?
Well, thank you so much for having me on the stream. It's really, really thoughtful. I know some people forget my birthday, so it was nice. My mom always forgets my birthday, but she's got memory issues, so it's okay. I just love to make fun of it every year. But so thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And that's as good as it's gonna get from me.
Aw. How about you, DJ?
Yep. So thanks to Stephen and Shelby for joining us tonight. This was a lot of fun. Thanks to the three of you for allowing my non-June birthday self to be up here and join you. And thanks to everybody in chat. These are always fun to do, and you guys being here is what makes it happen. So thanks, and thanks to the boss man here for always. I enjoy having our weekly chats.
Yeah. And for those that we forgot about birthdays, for the whole month of June, happy birthday. Anyways, have a great night, y'all. Bye.
Bye,
Bye everybody.
One more thing, y'all.